I'm a non-traditional Penn State student. I have 3 children and I've been married for 14 years. I had previously attended Penn State when I graduated from high school. I had an undiagnosed learning disability and I really struggled. I had tremendous difficulty. But I did manage to complete about the equivalent of 2 years within about a 5-year period. You know, I think there are probably a lot of other adults out there who have learning disabilities that have never been diagnosed, especially like right around my generation or older, because they didn't know as much about learning disabilities as they do now. In the interim, 3 of my sister's 4 children were diagnosed with a learning disability, and my mother suggested to me that might have been my difficulty. So I went to Penn State's Office of Disability Services, ODS, and asked for their advice on how to get the classification with a learning disability at Penn State. And I was diagnosed with ADHD with a memory recall problem. I love my children. I mean, they're all beautiful, healthy, loving kids, and I just adore them. They're one of the reasons I'm doing this, one of the reasons why I went back to school, so I could get a better job and help provide for them. So, some of this might seem a little out of order or after the fact, but just quickly emptying the dishwasher before I need to be on my way. Sometimes the mornings are so hectic. They're very much, you know, independent kids. I mean, it's a tough balance. But it's like having a job. I mean, you have responsibilities, and being a student, you have deadlines and papers, and they've been pretty good about understanding that. Stop!
Okay, that's good.
I didn't want it to impact them in a negative way. I wanted it to be a positive experience for both myself and them. So it's been a real balancing act, helping them get their stuff done and me get my stuff done as well. In fact, the one clip shows me, I show a clock at like 1:45, and I was staying up all night to finish a paper, because I just felt like, you know, I would help them until their bedtime, and then once they were in bed, then I would start my stuff. So that's kind of how most of my 2 years have gone. The people who have supported me the most going back to school have been my family, particularly my mother and my 2 sisters, Susie and Stacy, as well as my children, who have been very excited about me going back to school in many ways.
Well, I guess it was sort of awkward because you couldn't be there every day, and well, I was also very proud of you because you were able to manage this and being at home with us, and so it was a struggle, but I'm proud of you.
Just wait and see. You know, anybody who might be watching this who will go to school, you'll look back and you'll think, how did I do it? Because that's what I do. I look back and I think, how did I do it? But it's the support of those around you, people encouraging you, and I had a lot of people around me saying, you know, you're doing a great job. For me, it was something I had to prove. I mean, with my learning disability and having so much history of failure in the past, I had to show myself I could do it. And other people do, other people around me. Yes, I can do this.
And there she is, the beautiful Leslie Lang.
Welcome. Coordinator of Special Populations, who has been a tremendous support for me. See, look at that pretty smile.
Okay. Adult learners are an awesome population.
Oh, why,
they have a lot to contribute to the classroom and to campus life on a whole.
Yeah.
So we're glad you're here.
The person who it was the hardest on was probably my husband going back to school, because he then became the only breadwinner. His income was our only income, and I think that was difficult.
as well as it required more from him as far as helping with the kids and getting them where they need to go.
Yes, going back to school was a scary thing. And then trying to read the textbook was arduous, and I was like in tears thinking, what am I doing? Like, how could I have ever thought that I could do this? And then the second class, there were just about everybody, before class started, they were talking about, you know, oh, did you think it was really, you know, hard to get through the textbook, that it was difficult to read? And it was such a relief to know that I wasn't the only one that had some issues with trying to understand the book. And from that point on, it was almost like, you know, jumping over that first hurdle and, okay, now I'm here, now I'm a student, now it's, you know, get to work and do what I need to do.
I'm delighted to welcome you into one of the largest.
It was very frustrating before. And so I've enjoyed myself this time. And I'm proud to say that with God's grace, I graduated with honors in the, I believe the category is actually high distinction. My grade point average was a 3.86, and I am definite proof that you can do it. It's possible. You can be an adult student and thrive and enjoy yourself and make friends with the young people, you know, because you're in class with, mostly for the majority of the time, I was in class with, you know, students who were 19, 20 years old, 20, 21 years old. So it was a great experience, and I am proud to say I am part of the Penn State experience. My experiences are part of what makes Penn State.
My name is Karen, and I am Penn State.